Good day everyone. Today I will discuss about DNA and tatalakayan natin ano nga ba yung pinaka most important molecules na meron sa DNA dahil alam natin na ang DNA is isa sa nag-stores ng ating genetic instructions na para ma-determine kung paano nga ba ang mga living organism na lumalaki, na de-develop, and ano yung mga function nito, and paano nagre-reproduce. So, bawat cell sa ating katawan ay nagko-contains ng DNA and ito ay nagdadala ng blueprints na kung saan ang isang tao ay nagiging unique. So sa presentation na to, tatalakayan natin ano nga ba ang pagkakaiba ng DNA and RNA sugars. And bakit nga ba ang DNA ay strands from opposite directions, paano nagre-replicate ang DNA itself, and paano ang genetic code na nagpo-produce ng proteins. And about sa Hershey-Chase experiment na nagpo-prove na ang DNA is the genetic material. No, next slide is sweet distinction, DNA versus RNA sugar. So, let's begin sa basic building block ng DNA and RNA sugar molecule. So, ang DNA is nagko-contain ng sugar na tinatawag na deoxyribose, habang ang RNA is nagko-contain ng ribose. So, ang pagkakaiba nilang dalawa, ang two sugar na ito is ay maliit lamang. And then, yung second carbon atom ng deoxyribose ay merong hydrogen atom, habang ang ribose naman ay merong hydroxyl group or an oxygen or a hydrogen magkasama. Ito ay pwedeng isulat sa OH. And then, although yung pagkakaiba nilang dalawa ay mayroong major impact dahil nga ang DNA is lack siya sa oxygen, kulang siya sa oxygen atom, and then hindi siya masyadong kailangan ito maging chemically stable. So yung stability na yun is nag-a-allow na ang DNA is para safe siya maging ma-store sa ating genetic information for a lifetime. Sa RNA naman, on the other hand, nagko-contain siya ng hydroxyl group na kung saan making it chemically reactive and madali lang siyang mag-breakdown. So, this is actually useful kasi nga yung RNA is nagpe-perform siya ng temporary task. Gaya na lang tinutulungan nito kung paano gumawa ng protein. That's why yung DNA is nagsiserve siya as long-term storage habang yung RNA is nag-act siya as a temporary messenger. So, next slide is anti-parallel puzzle. So, now, i-examine natin yung structure ng DNA. So, ang DNA is gawa siya sa two strands na nagtutwist together para mag-form ng famous double helix. So, yung strands na to is described as anti-parallel, meaning they run in opposite direction. Nagko-cross silang dalawa. So, from 5' to 3' direction. So, habang ang other naman is nagra-run sa 3', yung iba naman is nagra-run from 5'. So, opposite yung orientation nila. So, isa rin to sa pinakamahalaga kasi nga inaalaw nito yung nitrogen bases na magkaroon ng pair ng tama. So, yung adenine naman is laging naka-pair siya sa kay thymine. Using 2 hydrogen bonds, habang yung cytosine is naka-pair siya kay guanine. And then, yung 3 hydrogen bonds, and then, the anti-parallel yung arrangement niya is also allows na DNA polymerase na which means is yung enzyme is responsible siya for DNA replication. And then, para na rin makopy yung DNA accurately. So, yung isa is, habang yung one strand is nakopya niya ng tuloy-tuloy, ito ay tinatawag na leading strand, habang yung other naman is copy in a short pieces, ito ay tinatawag na Okazaki fragments. So, nagpo-form sila ng isang lagging strands na without arrangement. So, yung DNA replication naman, pwede siyang hindi mangyari efficiently. So, next slide is semi-conservative replication. So, next is DNA replication bago mag-divide yun. dapat nakopy niya na yung DNA sa new cell para makareceive na ng same genetic information. So sa DNA replication na tinatawag na semi-conservative replication, yung the word na semi means is half, and then yung conservative means preserve. So this means na ang bagong DNA molecules is nagko-contain na ng original parental strand, and yung isa naman is bagong synthesized strand. And then dito na nagsisimula yung process na kung saan yung enzyme helicase wins doon sa DNA double helix by nagbe-break siya ng hydrogen bonds. So yung original strands is humihiwalay na siya, and then yun na yung nagsiserve as a template ng DNA polymerase. Then nag-a-add na lang siya ng complementary nucleotides base dun sa mga roles nila. So sa pag-prepare is meron silang base pairing rules. So at the end, yung two identical DNA ng molecules is nagpo-produce. So yung method na to is minimize yung pagkakamali, and yung ma-ensure natin yung genetic information is accurate na mapapasa from one generations doon sa cells and doon pa sa kasunod para hindi magkaroon ng errors. So sa next slide is what is a codon. So now let's move on from DNA replication to protein production. So yung codon is a sequence ng 3 nucleotides found in messenger. So yung RNA or mRNA, yung each codon tells yung cell is which is yung amino acid niya dapat ma-add doon siya habang yung protein ay nagsisynthesis. So since na meron silang 4 na different nucleotides, possible na meron din 64 possible codons, pero only 20 amino acids lang, kasi nga yung several different codons is maaari siyang makode dun sa mga same amino acid. So this is known as yung redundancy or degeneracy of the genetic code. So yung redundancy is tinutulungan na ma-reduce na mga harmful effects of sa mutation, kasi nga dito nagbabago ng nucleotide. So hindi laging always na-change ng amino acid, and then hindi sila laging nakaka-produce. Now next slide is action protein synthesis. So let's see how codons is ginagamit para mag-build ng proteins. So yung protein synthesis is nangyayari lang siya in 2 main stages. So yung first stage is transcription. So yung sa inside ng nucleus, yung DNA is ginagamit siya as template para ma-produce yung messengers RNA, and then after nun yung transcription ng mRNA is leaves the nucleus, and then nagte-travels na siya sa ribosome. So yung second stage is translation. At the ribosome, yung mRNA is nire-read niya na yung 1 codon at a time. So tina-transfer niya na yung RNA to tRNA. So ito na yung nagkikeris ng amino acids. So yung tRNA is meron siyang anti-codon na nagmamatch dun sa codon dun sa mRNA. So yung as the ribosome na moves along na siya sa mRNA, so yung amino acids is nagjo-join na siya together para maka-form ng protein. Since yung protein is nagpe-perform siya most function dun sa inside cells, and then yung accuracy dapat ng process na to is mahalaga para sa atin. So bawal magkamali, dapat tama lang yung pagpapasa ng genetic information. So next slide is Hershey-Chase experiments 1952. So isa ito sa pinakamahalagang experiments sa biology na kinandak nila in 1952 by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. So at that time yung scientist na ito is nagde-debate sila na kung saan ang DNA or proteins is nagkikerry ng genetic information, and then gumagamit ng bacteriophages na kung saan yung virus ay nag-infect ng bacteria para ma-distinguish yung DNA from protein. So nilabel nila yung DNA with radioactive. So yung phosphorus is 32 because yung DNA nagko-contains ng phosphorus. So nilabel nila ng protein which is yung radioactive sulfur is 35. And then dahil sa protein na to nagko-contain ng sulfur. So, yung viruses na infected bacteria, and then pagkatapos nun, yung mga researches is sineparate na nila yung mga viral codes from bacteria. Ginamit nila yung blender and centrifuge. So, yung question nito is, ano nga ba yung radioactive material na pumasok dun sa bacteria? So, next slide is visualizing the evidence. So, kikita natin yung results is very clear. So, around 70% ng phosphorus and 32 is which label. So, yung DNA was found inside the bacterial cell. So, nakita nila doon sa loob. So, meanwhile, approximately 85% ng sulfur, 35 which is label proteins na nagre-remain lang siya sa outside. So, wala siyang empty yung viral codes niya. So, this proves na yung DNA is nag-entered na may pumasok na bacteria and then nag-direct siya agad sa pag-production ng new viruses. So, sa proteins naman is nag-stay lang siya outside and then yung player wala siyang ginagawa kundi nagtatransmit lang siya ng heredity information. So, yung experiment na to is nag-provide ng convincing evidence na ang DNA is not a protein. Ito daw ay isang molecule na responsible for heredity. So, next slide is plotting it all together. So, now let's connect everything with them. So, first is DNA. So, deoxyribose sugar. Binibigyan tayo ng stability na kailangan natin for long-term storage. And about sa ating genetic information. So, second is DNA antiviral structure. So, inaalaw natin na ito yung proper base pairing and accurate na replication. So, third is semi-conservative replication. Ini-ensure nito na bawat bagong DNA molecule is dapat nagkikip siya ng one original strand para ma-maintain yung genetic continuity. And then fourth is codon. So ito yung nagsiserve ng as the parang language siya na nagta-translate ng genetic information from proteins into proteins. So yung Hershey Chase experiments naman, dito nila kinonfirm na yung experimental ng DNA is responsible siya for carrying heredity information. So yung mga concept na to in-explain how life stores copies and use genetic information. That's all for today. Thank you.